Hi, I'm Hugh Hutchison and I'm at Mount Hutt Ski Resort in Canterbury for the 100% Pure New Zealand Winter Games. And today, it's the last of the alpine discipline events, the Super G.
Hi, I'm Nicola Grigg in Naseby for the final day of the curling event. We'll also be bringing you some highlights of the short track speed skating from the Dunedin Ice Stadium.
And I'm Mitch Tomlinson at Cadrona, standing by for the Snowboard Halfpipe Finals, which also doubles up as the first FIS World Cup for the season. It's going to be huge. Tonight's show is action-packed as the Winter Games come to a close, and we're coming to you from all around the South Island. So we've certainly saved some of the best for last. Let's kick off the 100% Pure New Zealand Winter Games with the Snowboard Halfpipe Finals. This event also doubles up as the first FIS World Cup event for the 2011-2012 season. It always brings an international field that's second to none, and this year is no different. We have competitors from USA, Canada, Asia, Europe, Australia and New Zealand. Competition is going to be hot.
Today's beautiful. The sun's out and everyone's throwing down, so it's pretty fun.
I'm enjoying the day and stoked to be part of it.
Yeah, it's been really, really fun. I love it here.
The pipe's unreal this morning, you know. They've done such a good job on it last night. Got the sun out, epic day, and yeah, just got that one, pulled it together, and hopefully can improve on my next run. There was a few little things that I'd like to fix up, so hopefully second run will be a bit better.
There are over 70 riders and a dozen nationalities represented here at the World Cup Halfpipe. Only 12 men and 6 women will make it through to the finals, so the pressure is on to perform in the semis.
I feel good. I'm happy that I landed my first run. That's always good. And I'm certainly going to try to step it up in the second run and hopefully in the finals.
So first run here at the World Cup in Cadrona. I did a front to there with an indie grab into a back 5, front to 10, into a cap 7 and a front 9.
Start with the back to the front 9, 5, 10, 7, but usually I do front 10 in the second hit, but I improve and it's okay.
Next round we'll see
next round was better.
A little bit sketchy landing on the back 5, but maybe next run, the back 9, a better round.
I did front 7, cap 10, stalefish, Michael Chuck, front 10. The pipe's amazing right now. It's perfect condition. They laid it back from practice, so it's got the right amount of vert now, and I just hope it stays pretty solid because it's getting soft out here pretty quick.
I tried something new just to train for the finals actually, because I knew I was in already and didn't make it to the bottom, but I hope I'm going to do it in the finals, of course.
What a way to move into the finals. The riding has simply been world class. Now it's down to the top 12 men and top 6 women to see who takes out the victory in the Snowboard Halfpipe Finals here at the last day of the Winter Games. The next up for her first run at this finals is none other than the Australian Holly Crawford, who took out the qualifying round yesterday, Will.
Drop in and same again, frontside wall. Yeah, nice. Frontside melancholy there to start things out. Into a backside Japan here.
Nice.
Clean.
Out.
Oh, nice. Frontside 7. Just losing a tad speed there in the flat. Oh, cab 7.
Back-to-back 7s.
Nice, Holly. Finishing it up with a frontside 5. Excuse me, she's not finished yet, and a little method at the bottom.
One last little hit there from
Not
Holly
a bad
Crawford.
run there, actually, from Holly. Scored an 88.5. She's going to be pretty happy with that, and I'd say that will probably put her on the podium.
Pretty good. I had a pretty good stack the last training run, so it was nice to let on my feet.
Yeah. On course, eh? Our young Chinese rider. Yeah, big front side there. Putting the amplitude at least 8 feet out. Into a big backside 540. Backing it up with a nice frontside 720 there. It's coming a little unstuck on the speed. Cab 360 on the sunny wall. And a clean front 5. Wow, Mitch, that was a pretty good run.
Yeah, she's happy for that.
She'll be happy with that. Scoring an amazing score there of 92.8. She'll be thrilled with that, and I'd say that will probably put her on the top of the podium.
So currently leading the heat.
Zhu Zhangyu from China, one of our young Chinese competitors today. And here she goes, Mitchell, dropping into the backside wall. Nice, starting things out with a little backside Japan here. Into the frontside 5. Yeah, this front's looking better for her. Backside 5, nice. Oh, just losing a little speed there. What's she got at the bottom for us? Little cab 3s. Where's her straight here? Oh no, there's her little flip. Oh, not a bad run.
She's happy with that.
She's happy with that, yeah. Oh, a little double fist pump there, right? Yeah. Got a second run score of 65.3. She'll be reasonably happy with that, but I don't think it will be enough to put her on the podium today.
So on course, we'll bib at number 1. Justina Hala from Switzerland.
Dropping in. She's going to choose to hit the front side wall first. Dropping a little lower than some of the competitors. Maybe she's got a sweet spot on that wall that she likes. Oh, front side 9.
Taking those hands a little bit.
Yeah, backside 5. What's she got, Mitch, here? Going front side 5, landing that one nice and clean. Method. What's she got at the bottom? She's going to go front 7. Yeah, not a bad run. Good rotations. Yeah.
Bigger rotations in the first run. And,
yeah. Second run score of 77.3, which will put her in 3rd place. She'll be watching very carefully of her final competitors' last runs.
I'm happy I landed because I took a really bad slam in my first run, and I was kind of scared to do that again. And it wasn't the perfect run because I had a lot of sketches in it, but I'm happy I landed and I enjoyed it.
So in first place today with a huge score of 92.8 is Yutong Chai from China. Second place today goes to Australian Holly Crawford with an 88.5. Third place today is Asina Hala from Switzerland with a good score of 77.3. She showed some good spins and she's going to be rounding out the podium today.
I think it's always super nice to start off the season with the podium. It gives you a good feeling for what is going to come, and I'm happy. I enjoyed the day and it was good.
Really happy, man. You know, the weather was great, the pipe was in really good nick, and it was only one piece, which is obviously a good start to the season.
She's happy to win and she will work hard afterwards.
Ayumi from Japan, Neji Fumi dropping in. First hit, nice backside air, putting it at least up over the 10-foot mark. Look at that, and do a huge frontside 9. Just touching the coping a little bit. And backside 5 there. This is looking like a good run. Into a nice frontside 7. What's he got at the bottom, Mitch? Cab 10. Good run. That was a great run there from Ayumu.
Ayumu, I think that'll definitely be a keeper and a nice way to start off his final campaign here, Will.
He showed great amplitude down the half pipe there. Posted a good score of 84.5. He'll be really happy with that. Being the first rider down the course, he's really set the mark for the next riders to follow.
Okay, this looks like
Taylor Gold from America, yeah. Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Dropping in.
His sister Ariel Gold rode really well in the semi-finals, but right now it is Taylor.
Taylor dropping in, front side wall. Starting things out with a nice front side 7 Indy there. Backing it up with going for the cab 10. Nice Taylor, landing it nice and high in the tranny. That's his mandatory stale fish grab there. Oh, there's the Michael chuck on the backside wall. And finishing it up with a front side 10 tail. Good run, actually. Definitely a good run, yeah. With a great score of 83.8. He'd be very happy with that. Masakaze on course. Starting things out with a nice backside air. Look at that, backside Indy. Crossing it all up. Going into a front side 9 tail, holding onto it. Backside 9. Nice, Mazakaze. Front side 7. What's he got at the bottom for us? Cab 7. Yeah, good run there. Good run. That'll be sitting well, I would say. With a good score of 77.8, he's probably going to have to step it up in his next run. This is Jani Kofi dropping in from Finland. Oh, nice. Starting things out with a backside rodeo nose grab into a backside 900. Keeping good speed there. Going front side 10 tail on his third hit. Cab 10 nose. And here's Australia at the bottom, Mitchell. A nice stale fish. Well,
there it is.
I think that's probably the run that's sitting in the lead at the moment.
Rodeo nose grab, back-to-back 10s.
10s.
Got in his mandatory straight air.
And good style and amplitude. Jani Korpi with a massive score of 93.0. And that score will put him in first place after run 1. He'll be really happy with that.
There's still many good riders coming down, so we'll see. I have to step it up, I think, if I want to win this contest.
Second run here, open men, FIS, 100% Winter Games. Dimi de Jong from the Netherlands. Starting things out with a nice backside air. Taking good speed into the front side wall. Front 10 tail. Landing nice and high in the tranny. Cab 7. Front 9 tail. What's he got at the bottom? Hey, backside 9. Good run. Good run there, mate.
Solid run from Demi from the Netherlands. Yeah.
He'll be very, very stoked with that. Demi de Jong from the Netherlands with a great score of 88.0. He'll be really happy with that, and that's putting him in second place at this stage.
Had a better run than before. Landed good this time, so happy.
But right now,
it is Manuel Petropoli from Italy dropping in for the backside wall. What's he got, Mitchell? Nice, there's a nice clean method. Front 9 tail, landing it nice and clean. Into a backside 9. This run's looking good for Manuel. Front side 7 Indy. Finishing it up with a cab 7.
Nice run from Manuel, but I'll tell you what, I think Manuel was looking for the 10 on that first hit.
Yeah, back-to-back 10s, or at least a 10 is going to...
Is what is needed.
Judges have given him a score of 79.8. It's not going to quite be enough for the podium today.
Ian Hala.
For the win. Looking at putting down a nice run here. Bib number 1, actually, as well. Dropping in. Starting things out with a front 10 tail. Landing it pretty good. Cab 7, nice and clean. Oh, there's a straight air halfway down the course. What's he got? Backside 5 into a, it's the double, is it? It is! First double cork of the comp, Mitch, right there.
There it is. Christian Haler from Switzerland.
Pretty good run there, mate.
A solid run, and just ending with that double cork, it's going to post some good scores from the judges, I think.
All right, judges have come through with a score for Christian Haler, and it's an 84.3, which will put him in third place at this stage.
On course right now, in bib number 3, Nate Johnston from Australia.
So you got in the front side wall first hit, starting things out with a beautiful front side 9. Backing it up with just as nice a backside 9 melon. There's his front 7 Indy halfway down into a cab 10. And there is Australia at the bottom.
A solid
good
run. Nate.
Great amplitude.
Huge amplitude from Nate.
Judges have just come through with his score, and that's an 87.3. So he'll knock out Christian Haler for that third place spot.
Now it's just the waiting part, which is the hardest part, I think. You got to sit up and wait for everyone to do their second runs and sit there crossing your fingers that you stay in that spot. So it's all good. Everyone's riding so well today, so no matter what the outcome is, I'm still happy.
Yowie Zhang.
Yowie Zhang.
Yeah, Mr. Zhang from China. Like we said, a huge grade of skilled competitors coming from China.
Starting things out with a nice backside here into a frontside 1080 there. Oh, there's the double. There's the double, cab double. The second double hook we've seen. This run's looking good. Into finishing it up with a back 5. Wow. That was a really good run, man.
He started off and he surprised us. Like his first hit was good, and then third hit, bang.
Bang, cab double, 12 feet out.
Yeah, and
as clean as you like as well, mate. That was a really good run.
Hit.
The judges have come through with his score, and that's a 90.8, putting him into second place with a couple of riders to drop.
And on course now, Will, in bib 28, Taku looking to better a 44.8. And I'll tell you what, I think he has it in the bag.
He does, mate. Oh, beautiful amplitude. Started it out with a nice frontside stale into a backside 9, landing nice and high. Frontside 7, stale. This run's looking good, Mitch. So he's got at the bottom, cab 10. Where's his last hit? Frontside 9, beautiful run. That was a really good run, mate.
That was spectacular.
Great amplitude.
Getting ready to drop for his final run of the men's halfpipe finals is bib number 5 from Japan. Will take it away.
Kazumi dropping in, first hit. Beautiful frontside melancholy, at least 10 feet out. Straight into a backside 5, landing a little bit low, but into the... Well, Mitch.
Unfortunately for the Japanese rider, really landing on the coping there and bouncing all the way into the flats. That's got to hurt. Unfortunately, he was on a good run, but he's come unstuck.
That run was looking good for Kazumi. Unfortunately for him, coming a little unstuck, but hopefully he comes out unscathed.
The final rider for the men's halfpipe finals, it is bib number 22.
Ryo Ano from Japan, qualified in first place today, starting things out with a beautiful frontside air.
Heaps of amplitude.
Great amplitude there. Backside 9 tail, landing good. Straight into a front 7 stale fish, landing nice and high in the transition. Into a cab 10, just a little bit. Finishing it up with a crippler. Maybe not quite the run he was after there, but
just washing it off after that crippler 10.
With a second run score of 71.3, it's not going to be enough to put him on the podium today. So in third place is Demi de Jong from the Netherlands with a great score of 88.0. So second place today, Yowie throwing down that huge double cork, earning him a great score of 90.8. First place today with a score of 93.0 goes to Yanni Korpi. Yanni absolutely killed it out there today and totally deserves the win.
I feel really good. Level of riding was really high, so I'm really happy I got third.
Feel perfect, you know. I like here and first competition. Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, I'm really happy, of course. Like first event this year, and I've been running only 7 days so far. So I didn't expect this good result, so I'm happy.
Hello and welcome back to Central Otago. We're in Naseby at the ice rink for the final day of the curling competition. First up though, we're back to the Dunedin Ice Stadium where the speed skating's been underway. Here are some highlights of the final day.
Coming up now, Kia presents the speed skating from Dunedin.
Back at the Dunedin Ice Stadium for the last time these winter games. With 6 national flags flying, much attention was on the Korean team, one of the strongest in the world. Their presence taking international speed skating to a new level in New Zealand. The event kicked off with a welcoming ceremony for all the teams. The New Zealand is led by Olympian Blake Skellerup. The New Zealand Short Course Championships were part of the build-up to the Winter Games and included competitors of all ages. final preparations, with the Zamboni coming out to groom the ice before moving on to the Winter Games 1,000 metre race. And New Zealand's Skellerup made it through to the semi-finals, starting on the outside in the black and white. He was pitted against 2 Koreans and an Australian, with the first 2 making it through to the final. With 5 laps to go, Skellerup made a move, taking over at the front. But his timing was a little early. Unable to hold the pace, he was overhauled in the final stages, with the 2 Koreans making it through to the final.
I mean, this is only the first distance, and it's great to have the Koreans here and the Australians here, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
On to the women's final, and it was an all-Korean affair after the team dominated through the elimination rounds. The final race initially looked like a team training exercise as the women progressed through the 9 laps of the 111-metre circuit. But eventually some action and the tempo went up a notch. And then another, with 22-year-old Yunju Jung, a multiple World Championship medalist, leading them through the final lap and holding on for victory. And it was 4 Koreans who also made it through to the men's final. No surprise, remembering that the team was on top of the speed skating medal table at the Vancouver Winter Olympics. The team brought out to the Winter Games includes a mix of developing athletes along with some seasoned campaigners. While the men's field included Olympic medalists in Dong Kwang Lee and Yi Rae Seol, it was 22-year-old Taehoon Kim, ranked number 6 in Korea, who took control in the last 2 laps and led his compatriots home. So Korea claiming all the medal in the men's and women's 1,000-metre races. Blake Skellerup, the best of the New Zealanders, finishing up in 6th place. Naseby, deep in central Otago and the home of curling in New Zealand.
I'm now joined with Peter Becker, who's the high performance manager for New Zealand Curling. Peter, this is finals day. How have the Kiwis gone?
Pretty well, but we hoped that they would be able to get into some of the finals, but they're playing off for bronze in all three disciplines, so not quite as good as we hoped.
But there's some very stiff competition out there. I mean, we've got world champs in this category, haven't we?
We have. There's plenty of people here who played in world championships and actually have won world championships, so the competition is very strong.
It was a close game, but unfortunately for the Kiwis, it was the Australians who went away with the bronze, winning 6-5. The New Zealand women's team also missing out on the medals, going down 8-3 to Japan. It was a Korea versus China matchup in both the men's and women's Winter Games curling finals. The men's game saw China make a good start, finding themselves 2-0 up after 2 ends. Korea managed to come back, and at the conclusion of the 5th end, they had the lead 4-3. China equalised in the 6th, but the young Korean team picked up 2 points in the 7th end and 3 in the 9th, taking the title with a comfortable 9-5 win. In the women's final, it was Korea with the early lead, 2-0 after the first end. But China answered back in the second to equalise 2-2. At the conclusion of 5 ends, it was 4-4, and then Korea took the lead 6-4 in the 6th. The Chinese, bronze medalists at the last Winter Olympics, battled to stay in contention. But it ended up double gold for Korea at the Naseby rink, with the women securing a 6-5 victory.
So that wraps up the curling finals for the 2011 100% Pure New Zealand Winter Games. It came down to the wire between the Koreans and the Chinese, but the Koreans proved just too good and took out the gold for the team's event. Unfortunately, no podium finish for the Kiwis this year, but who knows for next time.
Welcome to the 100% Pure New Zealand Winter Games. I'm Hugh Hutchison and I'm here at Mount Hutt Ski Resort in Canterbury for the final discipline of the alpine skiing, the Super G. We've got another world-class field of competitors here, men, women and adaptive skiers, and the conditions are perfect. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, there's hardly a breath of wind, and we're going to have a superb competition.
Coming up now, Michael Hill Watches presents the IPC Adaptive Super G from Mount Hutt.
So fantastic piece here for Super G at Mount Hutt. Tell me, what was your thought process for the course that you've set here today?
Well, I wanted to have a good course that the disabled athletes could enjoy as much as the able-bodied athletes, one that everyone could have fun with. And I think we have that kind of course today. The track is in really good shape. It's going to be a pretty fast day, and I'm hoping that everyone has a good time and skis as well as they can.
Now, beautiful day, sun shining, but of course that can affect snow conditions. Do you think this track will soften up a bit?
I think we'll get the race done in time before it gets too soft. With the fresh snow last week, it's a little bit softer than we'd like, but hopefully it's fair start to finish.
So the adaptive athletes first on course in the final day of alpine racing. It was the last event of their Winter Games, signifying the end of the off-season program in New Zealand.
We came up here, we trained a little bit for a few days, went down to Queenstown, skied at Cornet Peak, had a couple races there, enjoyed that mountain. Back up to Hutt, kind of feel like this is our training hill for this event, the Winter Nationals or the Winter Games, and it's great. We're really having a blast.
It's been brilliant to get out here. Like, as I say, I've just had a bit of time off, so to get back out here, to have an event like this in New Zealand, to really get you back into the games, brilliant. And it's been so well run, and hopefully it'll grow as a competition over the years.
Really would love to come back. You have a beautiful country. I'd like to check out a summer down here at some point, but yeah, hope to come back. Nothing but wonderful hospitality. We've enjoyed being in New Zealand, enjoyed the skiing. The mountain's been great weather. We couldn't have asked for anything better. So.
Racing then moved from the adaptive to the women's event.
Coming up now, Michael Hill Watches presents the ANC Super G from Mount Hutt.
And in the start gate from New Zealand, Taylor Rapley, the current New Zealand Super G champion, on course. Nice smooth turns into the tuck. Course swings to the skier's left. And then big, smooth, rhythmical turns. A little judder there. A few bumps at the top of this course. A little roller. And then down onto a fairly long, flat section where the skiers really have to tuck low, as we can see from these superb pictures. Over the finish line in a time of 1:02.77. So, bib number 1, Taylor Rapley. She'll have to wait at the bottom of the course and see how that time stacks up. And on course, Greta Small from Australia. One of the most talented young skiers to come out of Australia in many years. Nice, smooth skiing. Trying to get into the tuck wherever possible. Down this little steep pitch before the flat. Got to carry the speed into the flat and then stay in the tuck right across it. Smooth skiing. down into the finish, cross the line. That's a time of 103.48.
The course is great. It runs really smooth. You got a couple of bumps from older training runs. So when you're coming out on the flats, it's a little bumpy, but as long as you don't have any mistakes, then you get to get clean turns and just go for it down. It's no problems.
So at the top of the hill, Rikke Gasman Brott, young, talented Norwegian skier, been training down here for several weeks. Let's see if it's paid off. That's good technical skiing, really smooth on the edge. And again, trying to stay as aerodynamic as possible on this course. It's been set fairly direct, so the skiers have got to carry speed at every opportunity, and down onto the flat. And now got to let the skis run, soft on the edges, keeping the skis as flat as possible. And over the line in a time of 103.08. That's good enough for second at the moment, and it looked like a pretty good run. So, Lucy Tate Jameson, 22 years old, from New Zealand. Good aggressive skiing at the top. Oh, and sets up a good line into this section. This is good skiing. Hitting that gate pretty hard, but again, that's okay if she's carrying speed. She certainly has a good line. Smooth and staying in the tuck. Down across the finish line. 102.95, and it is good. It's good enough for second place currently. So next to race, from New Zealand, Harriet Miller-Brown, bib number 6. Sets up nicely down through these first few technical turns. Smooth across the big turn to the left, skier's left. Now, a little bit bumpy in this section. Can she carry speed through here? A little bit late there. Trying to let the skis run, taking it all the way to the finish line. And that's a time of 104.65.
Confirming the results from the Women's Super G. Bronze medal to Rikke Gasman Brott from Norway, the silver to Lucy Tate Jameson of New Zealand, and the gold to teammate Taylor Rapley.
It was good. I was happy with it. I haven't had the best results this season, so it feels good to step it up a little bit. We have had the most amazing, probably the most amazing field ever in a ski race in New Zealand for the tech races, and with all the disabled skiers coming here and stuff, the best in the world. It's been really big. The alpine racing has been really good for New Zealand ski racing.
Welcome back to the final day of the 100% pure New Zealand Winter Games. We're at Mount Hutt in Canterbury, where the Alpine program continues with the men's Super G.
Benjamin Griffin, off New Zealand, wearing the yellow bib. He is the current New Zealand Super G champion. Oh, and all over the place through this section. The little bumps and judders on that steep pitch really catching him out, forcing him late for a couple of turns, and he lost a lot of speed as he comes onto the flat section. But he'll know that he's lost time. Across the finish line, 59.75. Well, he'll have to stand at the bottom and watch a lot of good skiers come down, and you can see from his reaction that he knows that time will probably not be good enough. And in the start gate now, again from Team New Zealand, Nick Preble sets up nicely into the first few turns. Big turn to the skier's left. Trying to get into the tuck at every opportunity. And here is this tricky, bumpy section, and he's handled it pretty well. Pick the skier up now on this flat section, about 2/3 of the way down the course. Keeping the skis soft, not trying to edge too hard, letting them run down across the finish. 59.57. That's first place currently for Nick Preble.
It was good fun. The snows was much better than yesterday, so pretty happy with it. Saw Ben sort of through the middle, had a few mistakes, but feel a bit sorry for him, but it's ski racing, isn't it?
Jamie Preble. On course. Jamie Preble from New Zealand. Well, he may have even heard from his brother over the radio. He might have had some tips on the tricky sections on this course and what to look out for, and he needs to set up now for this tricky section, bumps and judders, and he skis it well. Absorbs them all the little judders and bumps, keeps a pretty good line down onto the flat. Good aerodynamic tuck position. And he's keeping that all the way to the finish line. That's a time of 59.89, and that's good enough for third place for Jamie. So another Kiwi launches out the start gate. And this is Tim Caife, bib number 5. And this is his favoured discipline, or certainly one of them. He likes Super G. And he was saying to me that he feels confident about this race today, and he skied that section extremely well. It's caused a lot of the skiers problems. And he's really carrying speed well off the steep onto the flat.
It's probably easier to see the line from you guys than it is for us because we're on the side.
And holding a really good tuck position. Now he's got to work hard down through these last few gates. 59.08. That's first place. He looks up to the scoreboard. He sees it. Well, he's delighted. Absolutely delighted, and you can't blame him. That was a very good run.
Pumped! I had one little mistake, but I stayed above it the whole way. Oh man, I love this course. I gotta wait to see what Danny does, but I gotta say, I mean, I couldn't have skied any better. I'm stoked. Great to be here. Oh, thank God.
So now the first of a really strong technical Swedish team here. Daniel Eriksson from Stockholm, and really carrying good speed down through the top section of this course. These guys have been down here for several weeks training and really enjoying the superb conditions that we currently have here in New Zealand. And this looks good. He's carrying great speed across the flat and really driving the skis to the finish line. And 58.30, it is good, very good, first place.
Yeah, he's got 18 points. He is the best skier here, to be fair. Yeah, buddy. Unbeatable, Danny Eriksson.
No, it feels good. It was a great race. I'm quite happy. I hope it be lost, so I win.
So next on course is his teammate, Callie Lind. And again, good aggressive start into the top of this course. Good technical skiing, sets up nicely for this tricky section. Smooth through the ruts and bumps, just a little judder. And a little late coming out of that difficult gate. And now onto the flat, and we pick him up again, 2/3 of the way down this course. Really low in the tuck position, carrying as much speed as he can. Tight line, clipping the gates. And into the finish. 58.48.
That's 1.2 seconds ahead of me.
No, it's 0.1 behind you. You're 58.3. And Ericsson. 1/10 behind. Is there anyone else in the field? We still have a couple of national team members.
On course from Sweden, Douglas Hedden. Two of his teammates already sitting in first and second place. And again, so often these guys talk to each other over the radio, and he might well know some of the problems and some of the difficult sections down this course. What advantage can that give him? Oh, a little late there, just as he goes onto the flat, and he will have lost time. Really keeping a low tuck again. And letting the skis run across the finish line. 58.52. Well, again, the top 3 places change. That's good enough for 3rd. The best New Zealander is bumped to 5th. So as we look to the top of the course, bib number 12. Team USA from Denver, Colorado, Grant Jampolsky. Oh, just getting bounced around by the bumps and judders at that difficult gate. And again. Well, smooth onto the flat, but he definitely lost time on a couple of gates. Fantastic pictures. You can just see the little trail of snow left behind the skis. Speeds of 60 miles per hour on this course. And that's a time of 59.32. 6th place. And he knows he made a few mistakes. It could have been better.
Well, it was fun at least.
Yeah, I think it was that core shot that slowed you down.
I have
cost you the second.
no idea what I'm doing on these skis. It was good. It was fun. I don't really ski Super G very often, so it's a nice change of pace for me from tech events. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I don't know. I haven't had any training really in Super G, so I can't complain about what place I'm in, and had fun. I guess that's all I can ask out of it.
So Tim Cave ecstatic with his run, which left him in 5th place, just behind Ryo Sugai of Japan. But it was gold, silver and bronze for the Swedes, Daniel Eriksson winning with a time of 58.30.
No, it feels good to be winning. It's my first Super G down here down under, and I did a good race. I'm happy. Really great competition. Perfect organization, everything runs smooth. I'm really happy to take the victory. It's a great pre-race for the Olympics, and it's great competitions down here. It's good races and good hills, so it's great.
That concludes our coverage of the 100% Pure New Zealand Alpine Ski programme. we've had some superb competition in perfect conditions across the slalom, giant slalom and Super G. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Thank you for watching.
Today we've had very good feedback from officials, the athletes in particular, who enjoyed the conditions and the quality of the competition, and all very pleased. And we've got a great organising committee led by Arthur Clapp, who's done a fantastic job.
Well, I'm passionate about this. It's just something really special for New Zealand, and it's not only special for New Zealand, it's unique in the world. And what I found interesting is that Peter Krogel, the technical delegate from the FIS, he's jealous. He said the word I am is jealous, because in Europe we should have something like this. Maybe we'll copy what New Zealand's doing and see if we can do the same thing. But we're still at the starting level. I'm really confident that in 20 years' time we'll be in a position where the event is so big that I'll look at what the organisers then are organising and think, that's far and away above what we were organising in 2011. And I think what is unique about this event is that the average age of the team that I've put together to organise these games is under 30, and they deliver a great event, a really great event. And you just need to ask one of the international officials and they will reconfirm that this really stands up there with the highest level of events in the world.
After each games we have a review and see what we've done right and what we can do better, and we'll do that in a couple of months, and then plan for, if everyone's supportive, plan for the 2013 Winter Games. And of course the other thing about that is that it's about 6 months before the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi in Russia, so we expect even stronger fields to be here. So very excited to start planning the next one.